Thank you for joining us on 9 News at noon. I'm Erica Lopez. We start this noon with developing news. One person is recovering from injuries after a fire took over an apartment in Aurora this morning. Crews were called just after 4 in the morning to Dearborn Way. That's near 225 in Mississippi. There was an active fire in the second-story apartment. You really can't see much from the outside, but the interior damage was enough to displace 1 adult and 2 children. The American Red Cross is helping them out with temporary housing. 1 person has non-life-threatening injuries. There are no other injuries reported. No word just yet on what started that fire. A man is dead this afternoon, shot by Glenwood Springs police in a busy shopping center after a brief standoff over the weekend. It happened yesterday at the Glenwood Meadows Shopping Center. Police say patrol officers recognized someone with an outstanding warrant for firearm charges, but when they tried to approach him, he pulled out a gun. Police say an officer then shot and hurt him. Then the man took cover behind a car, and there was another round of shots fired before that man died. Police have not identified him, and no one else was hurt. Today, jury selection for the King Soopers shooting trial is in a new phase. Attorneys and the judge are questioning potential jurors in person. Ahmad Alyssa is charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder for opening fire in the Boulder grocery store in 2021, killing 10 people. He has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. This is the second week of jury selection. Last week, prospective jurors filled out questionnaires. So far today, several prospective jurors have been dismissed for various reasons. One was a college student who couldn't miss school. Another was dealing with an illness. Opening statements could start as early as Thursday. Later this afternoon, advocates will rally for people living in apartment buildings in Aurora that have been at the center of a controversy getting national attention. The city of Aurora is trying to get an emergency order to declare the buildings a criminal nuisance. Advocates will hold a news conference today with people who live at 3 complexes, 12th and Dallas, Nome and 16th, and Helena and 13th. All properties are owned by CBZ Management. Advocates say the tenants have been subject to violent threats over claims that Venezuelan gangs have taken over those complexes. Police say there is gang activity around these apartments, but the city has refuted claims from conservative media that Venezuelan gangs have taken over the buildings. The city already shut down the Nome Street building last month. The city deemed it uninhabitable and forced 300 people to find a new home. The Alexander Mountain fire damaged or destroyed several dozen homes when it burned nearly 10,000 acres last month. But this month, Larimer County leaders set aside funding so that homeowners can apply for grants toward rebuilding. Last week, Larimer County commissioners approved a cleanup and rebuilding program to give eligible homeowners up to $1,000 toward their permit to rebuild. Residents can also get up to $500 for a permit to rebuild outbuildings. CU may have the nation's leading passer in Shedeur Sanders and two-way star Travis Hunter, but the odds from Vegas still show Nebraska as the favorite to win this weekend. Vegas has Nebraska as 7.5-point favorites for Saturday's rivalry game. The Huskers are coming off a 40-7 victory over UTEP. This is head coach Deion Sanders' second game against Nebraska. Today, he said he's looking forward to Saturday and got a first-hand tip from Governor Polis about the significance of the rivalry.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to see anybody on the team wearing red anywhere this week because he politely allowed us to know that's a no-no. So I love it. I think that's what college football is all about, whether we're in the same conferences or not, but this is a tremendous rivalry, and I look forward to it.
That red is a big no-no. We'll have more from Coach Prime starting today at 9 News at 4 o'clock. Kickoff for Saturday's game is set for 5:30 and will air right here on 9 News. And we want to take a live look outside from just over Coors Field into the downtown area. All we can see is blue sky out there. We're in for another hot day, but we're going to have a little baby taste of fall midweek. Joining me now to talk all about it is our Weather Impact Team meteorologist, Keely Chalmers. Keely, some folks are excited about that little mini taste of fall.
I love how you call it a little baby taste, right? Because it's one day and then temperatures climb back up into the upper 80s as we head into the weekend. But yes, we are going to get get a taste of very fall-like weather on a Thursday as temperatures top out in the 70s. Can you believe it? Not the case today. Blue skies, temperatures climbing once again into the 90s this afternoon. Current temperatures were already at 88 degrees out at DIA, 89 degrees in Greeley. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s up there in the mountains. So, yep, 92 degrees at your forecast high for the Denver metro area. Mostly sunny skies, not quite a record. That's 97. That was set back in 2017, but about 5 degrees shy of that. And temperatures going to stay in the upper 80s, low 90s across the plains today. We're looking at mainly upper 60s, 70s, some low 80s up there in the mountains. So your weather headlines for this Tuesday: hot one more day, then we cool off, and then we warm back up as we head into the weekend. We have that sharp cold front moving through first in the morning. That's going to drop some temperatures down, and then again in the evening. So Thursday is going to give us a taste of fall. And are you ready for some snow? Well, you're going to have to wait. The first measurable snow date for Denver, the average date is October 18th, so that's another 45 days.
Few more days, at least, I hope, before we're talking about snow. Keely, thank you so much. At least 51 people have been killed and more than 200 others hurt when two missiles hit a military training facility and nearby hospital in Ukraine. The attack appeared to be one of the deadliest Russian strikes since the war started. But there was another missile that hit a hotel complex in another part of Ukraine about 4 hours away. At least 3 people were killed there. Ukraine's Air Force said it shot down 27 out of 35 Russia-launched drones during the overnight attacks. White House officials say it is long past time for a ceasefire deal in Gaza. Grief and anger are erupting in the region following the death of 6 hostages. President Biden says his administration is proposing a final ceasefire and hostage deal, but the Israeli prime minister is pushing back.
Frustration following the discovery of 6 hostages found dead in Gaza, including an Israeli American who was laid to rest Monday.
It's terrible and it's tragic, and we learned from Israel that he was killed on the Shabbat.
Demonstrators taking to the streets, urging the prime minister to accept a deal to bring the remaining hostages home alive. A defiant Benjamin Netanyahu pushing back against the pressure.
They murdered 6 of our hostages in cold blood. So after this horrific murder, I don't believe that anyone serious could actually say, now you need to make more concessions.
President Biden telling reporters Netanyahu is not doing enough to reach a deal, while adding that his administration is close to presenting a final proposal this week.
We're in the middle of negotiations.
The president, Vice President Harris, and White House officials meeting in the Situation Room to discuss the next steps in negotiation efforts. Families are holding out hope that their loved ones return home soon.
I think the White House understands the urgency. I think they've been acting all along with conviction, trying to push the parties in the area to reach an agreement.
The thought that he's alive and that he's waiting for us to rescue him, that's what keeps me hope.
President Biden promising families of hostages that he's not giving up. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.